everyone to more StarCraft 2. Today we'll be doing Heart of the Swarm. We're going to continue Heart of the Swarm from where we left off. And Isha has a conversation with us.
It is done. The Golden Armada will never know we are here.
I am glad that Protoss is no longer aboard our Leviathan. Her psionic presence was disturbing.
She died bravely, trying to save her friends.
Why do you care how the Protoss died?
I will kill anyone in my way. That doesn't mean I enjoy it.
Even Archer's death, my queen? Will his death bring you no joy?
Stop talking, Isha.
Alright. So, yeah, Kerrigan didn't really like what she had to do to the Protoss. Let's head to the evolution pit, because we've got another evolution mission, it looks like.
Placed parasites into Protoss host.
Yes. What about it?
Clever, lateral thinking. Protoss not able to reinforce, but can still be host to foreign organism. Origins of parasite unknown.
I made it, Abathur. You're not the only one who can spin sequences.
Revelation. Will continue work. Roach strain ready for augmentation. Protoss research facilities discovered. Experiments within. Useful to evolve swarm. Must acquire. Destroy Protoss. Improve swarm.
Alright, welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to do the Roach evolution mission, and then we're going to head to Xeris, because I like to leave Char for last. This particular setup is actually a lot more gray in terms of which one is objectively better, in my opinion, on what benefits you get. I feel like either of these are very, very acceptable because of the powers they give and the abilities they have. There is one that I still think is better, however, if you are going for maximum efficiency. But both can be extremely devastating and useful additions to your arsenal.
Planet Kantar. Concealed Protoss facility. Many Protoss specimens. Captive centipede is virulent parasite.
Well then, why don't we let it out to play?
Because we just had a bunch of roaches sitting inside of a Protoss facility burrowed, right?
Implants parasites into host. Erupt from corpse. Essence must be ours. Protoss must not destroy.
Somehow, I don't think the Protoss are going to have an easy time destroying it. It also somehow just opened up the containment cell when we blew up that power cell for specifically the Scantipede. How's that for convenience?
Essence acquired. Roaches modified with parasitic sequence.
They get healed when they turn into corpsers.
Implants roachling parasite. Erupts from enemy's corpse.
Push forward. Leave no survivors.
You want to attack these specimens, it seems like random wanton violence, but it's not. This is just a demonstration of what the Corpser Roach is actually capable of doing. It produces timed life baby units. These timed life infants are actually quite dangerous You'll notice they don't actually have much in the way of HP, they don't have much in the way of damage, but they're nifty little bastards because they can attack the enemy and die for you. And you create them for free just by killing the enemy, so there's no reason not to use them. Always let the roachlings attack the enemy first.
Let the roachlings attack the enemy first.
You'll also notice that aside from the roachling upgrade, they haven't received any modifiers to their armor or health or their damage. That is intentional. But this is still going to vastly change the way you play the game with roachlings and roaches in general. These are here, I think, in case you have no roachlings to offer for your final assault. Because you'll notice I'm killing these guys. Every time I kill them, I get more roachlings. They're constantly attacking the roachlings and not the roaches. So the roaches are able to just overrun them.
Protoss destroyed. Centipede essence secure.
Just showing how not useful these things are in terms of, like, being a mainstream unit by themselves. But they're always excellent for absorbing attacks for you so you don't have to die. Now, I actually really like this strain, too. This is also really cool.
Microbial organisms reproduce within ooze. Generations of roaches ordered to consume. Most organs seize up, die. Survivors adapted, formed symbiotic bond with microbes. New strain, vile roach, ready for command.
I sense Protoss forces nearby. Let's see in combat.
These new roaches are actually pretty nasty. The primary effect that they have is debilitating saliva. It debilitates targets, slowing their attack and movement speeds by 75%. Heroic units are slowed only 20%. Now, heroic units are not affected by this anywhere nearly as badly, but they are still heavily impacted by it. But watch, like, did you see how easy it was to overrun a Immortal right there? Immortals are normally a massive bane to roaches because roaches are classed as an armored unit. And Immortals just hit like a freight train. Just gonna heal the rest of them all the way up. Just so I don't lose any. I know that's not the most interesting thing to watch, but I don't make it take that long. Look at how much we wiped out with just, like, what is this, 8 roaches? Yeah, that was 12 roaches. 12 roaches did all that. And they just gave us 5 more. And I didn't lose any. Yeah, burrowing only helps so much against Colossi because Colossi just... their AoE damage makes them so difficult to deal with. Burrow them in order to heal. And that's a demonstration of the Vile Roach. I think I only lost... yeah, no, I lost only my 5 reinforcements. And that was a huge amount of Protoss. So, you get the choice... This is why I say this is a very gray area. You get a choice between reducing the attack and movement speeds of whatever enemy you engage so much that they are virtually useless, but you don't get the ability to basically use these guys to block and tackle your enemy and overwhelm them with minions that spawn as you kill their units. So, It's intensely up for debate which one you can use. Both of them are exceedingly good options. The reason why I feel like the Zergling was not anywhere nearly as comparable for this is because Zerglings, Swarmlings are only ever useful for defense. Sure, you can make them as a quick reinforcement for offense, but they're never really going to do that much. Raptor Zerglings are just way better for offensive play, and they can still be useful for defensive play. But honestly, this also gives you a little bit of an idea as to what the Zerg do in order to evolve themselves. The roaches that ended up as vile roaches, a lot of them had to take a very risky proposition of drinking microbial parasites in a pool, because if they didn't, they would probably be forced to anyway by the hive mind, and a bunch of them died. So I think I'm personally going to end up taking the Corpser Roach here, just because it allows me to have endless an endless supply of backup units that I can just throw at the enemy and not really give a damn about. Now we're able to travel. Oh yeah, this scene is going to happen next. This is actually a pretty cool scene too. Particularly after what I just did, I don't blame her for reacting like this. The only reason I could conceive would be, oh, you want to murder me for this now. I really hate that they used Zeratul for this, because now there's a question that never really gets answered, and that is, why the fuck is he doing this? How the hell does he know about Xeris? What drew him to Xeris? Nothing about anything that we know about Zeratul at this point tells us how he could possibly know about Xeris. The worst part is, though, is that the game never explains this. If Heart of the Swarm has a bit of a failure with its narrative, it's definitely that. So this series of missions is going to grant us access to the Mutalisk. It's also going to grant us access to the Swarm Host. And it is where Kerrigan is going to unlock a metric F-ton of new abilities that we're going to be able to use. So we're on our way. Oh, oh.
My need to see Meng's dead called me here. These Zerg will help me destroy Korhal. I don't have to do a damn thing. I will not be a pawn in your prophecies. Anything.
He's so accommodating to the person that made him murder his own fucking matriarch in the previous entry. Well, not in Wings of Liberty, but in Brood War. Let's talk to a ship. Oh, we're talking to him again.
Why are you helping me, Zeratul? You have more cause to hate me than most.
How do you know that?
I don't believe in your mad prophecies.
No shit.
Pity, Zeratul. Everyone has to make peace with their own choices. We all have to pay for our actions someday. I guess your day is almost here. I'm looking through the eyes of my overlords. These primal Zerg are fascinating. They show no signs of age.
All organisms age, even Zerg.
But the primals feed off the essence of individuals. They're in a state of constant evolution. They don't die.
Until they are killed by another primal.
True. The most successful hunters among them must be incredibly ancient and incredibly dangerous.
All creatures age, even Zerg. Isha actually just lied to us right there because technically the Zerg do age, but there's an entry that I forgot to show off in Wings of Liberty that I will probably do later if I get the chance to do one of those supplemental playthroughs that I talked about where I show off the options that I didn't take. Where Stetman actually figures out that Zerg take all the different they take all of their older cells and more decayed and damaged cells and material in their body, and they have found a way to use a form of recombination that refreshes their gene core and their genetic code back to its most youthful state so they can stay in a constant state of physical prime. This is not something that is actually capable of being done by literally any other species. And so Isha telling us that the Zerg age, that's not true, really. They don't age. They age until they age to an extent, and then their genome just rewrites itself back into its original state, and then their body repairs itself and they go from there. And this is done on a constant flux basis. So not really. They don't age like we do, like any other organism does.
The primal Zerg are disturbed by our presence. They gather even now, preparing to destroy us.
Ask me if I care, Isha. The correct answer is I don't.
I sense something. Ancient consciousness. Sleeping.
How do you know that? Why do you know that?
Enemy primals are massing nearby.
What led you to me finding this information through you at all? How did you learn this information? God damn it. I really want to know. And it's the one plot thread in this whole series that isn't explained. I'm sorry, that annoys the shit out of me.
Biomass here. We'll kill these Kaldur and have drones harvest meat from their corpses. Once the drone is done harvesting, it will drag the biomass to the basement.
How do you know that?
Warning. A force of primal Zerg flyers is preparing to assault the hive cluster. Primal Zerg forces are massing nearby. They are likely to attack again.
Let them try.
So the Mutalisk, it's basically what it was in the original StarCraft and in Brood War. It's nothing too terribly special, but it's also nothing too terribly stupid either. Get a second hatchery going here.
Quickly.
This mission basically requires you to create a combat force that can be all over the map at once. And I'm not going to lie to you, that's a massive ask, but the Zerg do have a couple of good answers for this by now. Because my Zerglings have evolved into the Raptor strain, Zerglings are now a decently viable combat option.
Primal essence pool, strong sequences. Approach, absorb essence, will augment strength.
I feel stronger. This must be the power Zeratul spoke of.
How can you guarantee that?
This world is mine.
I don't want to go over there yet because I don't have enough troops to take that out without taking losses. That is, however, where I am going to be putting my troops here in a little bit.
What is it now? Nothing stands in my way.
I'm a terrible person. I don't know if you figured this out yet.
You have my attention. The swarm never rests. Yes.
A drone can harvest biomass from this Kaldur. The process is slow and our drone will be vulnerable. We must protect it while it harvests.
That flash is not going away until I build a Mutalisk. I am beginning to harvest a decent amount of resources here. The reason why you keep a force near this drone is because just like when you were harvesting the Terrazine, you kind of need to protect your investment here because the enemy will attack it.
Out with it.
Kaldur located. We must move quickly if we are to secure their biomass.
Mm-hmm.
Harvest successful. The biomass is in transit to the Ancient One.
Give me all the Vespine. I'm gonna need it in droves. Mercifully, we have a perfect mineral dump if we need to just start dumping mineral resources.
Stands in my way.
The game is also leaving a lot of Vespine gas lying around.
You have my attention. The swarm never rests.
I'm a bad person. we're going to be doing a lot of horrible, horrible things to a lot of horrible, horrible creatures. And a lot of people that may not deserve it anywhere nearly as much as Minx does. Damn it. You ever feel like you're supply blocked? Guess what? I'm not.
Primal Zerg forces incoming. Our drone must be protected.
We have met the enemy in combat.
Fuck off.
Biomass belongs to the swarm. There's not much time.
Alright, we're going to basically click on Kerrigan for where our troops need to go. You keep talking and I keep hearing nonsense, Brack. He likes to run off at the mouth. Just ignore him. The Quilgore will come under attack, as that just demonstrated. You are going to have to protect those the Quilgore biomass. The Quilgore doesn't have to be alive. You just have to protect what drops from it. Roach Warren? That's right, Hydralisks are an advanced structure unit now. Crank out a couple of Queens. Queens are not really ideal units, but there's something. Drop a couple more of those. $12, $14. Okay. Yeah, that should be all I need.
Forces are attacking Kaldur biomass.
Oh, shit.
You have my attention.
That was Dahaka. I picked up what I needed to be able to build mutas or hydralisks and roaches just in case. But I probably won't be using them. I see that. You ever wonder why I really value the power of raptor zerglings? That's why.
Nothing stands in my way.
Oh, thank God.
Get going.
They wiped out that mess of crap. Raptor Zerglings are a better Zergling, but being a better Zergling still means that you are a Zergling. It's not always just some omnipotent, oh hey, this isn't bad anymore.
Kaldur biomass under attack.
You have my attention.
There.
You should morph units that can attack flying units. Morphing hydralisks or queens will allow us to destroy the enemy's flyers.
Why did you feel compelled to say that? Because my Zerglings hit the enemy first? 'Cause I've got anti-air.
Let's get this over.
Oh my God. This is why I don't like Isha, for anybody wondering. There we go.
Who asked you?
Mutalisks are a really nice bread and butter flyer. They'll take out a lot of your problems here. I do apologize that there's not too much going on.
Get going. Let's get this over with. You have my attention.
There's a lot of hives that they have out there, and I'm also trying to make sure that I get all the bonus objectives and that my mutations are all researched so that my units actually hurt and can tank. There we go. My creep spread is awful. You don't really need creep spread though, even in the campaign. Your creep spread can be really bad.
Nothing stands in my way. There's not much time.
I ordered you to harvest, didn't I?
Quickly.
I was gonna get a really annoyed dialogue from Brack. But no.
Brack's forces are destroying Kaldur biomass. We have recovered half of the biomass needed to awaken the ancient.
There's not much time. The swarm never rests. time. Nothing stands in my way. Nothing stands in the way of the swarm. This world is mine. The swarm hungers.
Jerk ass.
Never rests.
Once you hit a critical mass of mutalisks, this mission is cake. Ah, damn it. When this drone gets on its way, I won't have to worry.
You have my attention.
Kaldur biomass under attack. Kaldur biomass under attack.
Good lord, you need to drink your coffee. Get the hell off.
We're almost done here.
They're going to destroy that hatchery, but there's nothing I can really do to prevent that. They're not going to destroy this one, though. Those Zerglings are going to be all over them. The hive cluster's fine. Shut up.
The swarm never rests.
There's the third primal pool. Come back. Rebuild that hatchery.
Essence is so alive. I think I like it.
Kaldur biomass under attack.
You have my attention. This world is mine.
There we go.
Defend the hive cluster.
You'll notice they already have swarm hosts, and I don't.
You have my attention.
Sitting here floating on Facebook money. I'm about to give this guy the Muta Swarm.
Out with it.
So you may have noticed that I moved this massive hunk of defenses over here. He's going to send a few advanced troops to attack, but he's also going to try and attack directly himself. Brack is not a coward. He is actually more than willing to fight himself. And I'm going to show you what he can do to defenses, but unfortunately it's not a whole lot before he goes down on his own. So if you ever wanted to cheese this mission, you can do that. I do apologize. This mission is not the most active mission, and I definitely could have been a little bit more proactive.
I am here for the power of Zeus. I will sacrifice anything to achieve my goal. You will help me.
You sworn bears the mark of Aemon, the fallen Zernaga, who came to Zeus long ago. He forged the Zerg into a weapon and took them away. Yet some of us were hidden, overlooked. We multiplied. We remain pure. If you seek our power, you must become primal Zerg. You must become pure.
So there's 4 primal hives out there you can destroy. I didn't go after them because I didn't feel it was necessary, but I probably could have and just mop the floor with them. I was getting my upgrades steadily the whole mission. And I think I forgot to get range rank 2, but I didn't really need it, as you saw.
My queen, why did we wait for ancient one? Its power outstrips even yours.
The Ancient One is key to unlocking the power of Zeus, and I need that knowledge.
Will it not destroy us?
It's called a gamble.
Afternoon, Glory. Welcome to the stream.
Just as when the Terror James Raider came to Char to return you to your original form.
Yes, just like that. The thing about gambles, Isha, is that sometimes you lose.
Unfortunately, that is completely true. So we got 3 more Kerrigan levels in that mission, which granted her 20 more HP and 2 more points of damage. You might think that's insignificant. It's not. I mean, work wasn't bad. It was just work. So I didn't really have a bad day.
Must be wiped clean. No trace.
Just left. Destroy Primal Zerg.
What are you talking about?
Saw ranged primal Zerg creatures on battlefield, based on Hydralisk. Primal Zerg stole design from Swarm. Swarm on planet for hours, days, already being replicated.
Abathur, are you upset?
Unacceptable. Swarm's power, ability to assimilate strengths. Primal Zerg must not take from us.
Don't worry about it. They'll be on our side before I'm done with you.
That's like the only time in the entire game where Abathur is just ready to burst a fucking blood vessel. And it's because he's pissed off the Primal Zerg do his job better than he does. Yeah. Yeah, you might be waiting a while for Bungie on that one. Alright, so we've acquired the Mutalisk. The Mutalisk has a few interesting mutations. Vicious Glaive. Mutalisk's attacks bounce 3 more times, hitting up to 6 targets. Bounces also travel farther. So, this basically allows you to have even better crowd control than you already would. The problem I feel that Vicious Glaive has is that your damage gets weaker and weaker with every single hit. So sooner or later, your chain damage, particularly once the mid to late game shows up and the enemy starts getting their armor upgrades, is going to start meaning basically dick. Sundering Glaive. Attacks no longer bounce to additional targets, but gain +9 damage versus armored targets, an increase of double damage. This removes their chain attack, which is one of the deadliest things about them. I know I talked about how Vicious Glaive kind of almost makes it pointless. Sundering Glaive takes away their crowd control and forces them to be more focused attackers. This is useful for taking on heavier elite enemies, but it makes it harder for them to control the crowds. You could just foil them with Zerglings for crowd control, which is what I do, but it's only so useful. Lastly is rapid regeneration. Mutalisks regenerate 10 life per second while out of combat. Must remain out of combat for 5 seconds. So if they get damaged and you can get them out of combat and keep them that way for 5 whole seconds, they'll regenerate their full health in just a couple of seconds and be ready to fight again. Usually I take rapid regeneration, but Mutalisks are actually kind of squishy. They're not the most durable unit in the world, and giving them rapid regeneration doesn't fix a lot of that. I'm going to try Sundering Glaive, because I want to see how that helps them perform. I'm not a terribly big fan of any of those upgrades, though. The texture for his mouth is so bad.
The primal Zerg say the swarm is corrupted. Fallen zone knows what we men do to us.
We desire our strength, the ability to steal essence. When we were independent, we would not follow. And so we bound the Zerg to a single overriding will. They lost their identity and became his slaves.
The hive mind. That's Inmon's corruption?
It is, and a terrible fate for a strong primal Zerg.
Interesting.
Birthplace of the Zerg. There, you
Is there a way I can fix that, I wonder? Sound. No, okay. That's very strange. Okay. I'm not sure why the dialogue is so quiet. I apologize for that. I think the game dialogue in this game is a little bit quieter than before. Try turning up the volume on my PC a bit more. Maybe that'll help. Yeah.
Power to kill Mengsk. Tell me what I must do.
The power is more ancient even than I. It comes at great cost. What will you sacrifice to have your revenge?
I'll take a look at it.
You must feel the power. It calls to you. Go to it.
If it persists, I'll do something to fix it.
They are coming for you.
Abathur, send me the creature you've been working on. The swarm host.
Yeah, let's get the unproven creation.
Primal essence spawns locusts to kill enemies.
It's been like this for about a week. Oh. Why the hell didn't you say something sooner?
Who asked you?
Primal Zerg
Kerrigan.
swarm hosts to begin spawning.
Son of a bitch. I forgot to say something. Of course you did.
There's not much time.
God damn it. Okay.
Primal forces eliminated. Your path is clear.
I am going to be completely fucking honest with everybody here. I don't like the Swarm Host. This is not a very good unit. It has never been a good unit. Yeah, I mean, at least you did inevitably say something that's true, but damn it, man. It's been like this for a week. I really wish someone had told me my sound quality was that bad.
Still strong enough to make the necessary sacrifice.
You really don't want to know.
It's a pool.
The first pool
I like to watch the world burn. That I must have been... I must have done a good job of letting you see the world burn at least then. Yeah, right.
The queen's hate is strong enough, and if I survive, it will remake me. I will become more powerful than the old Queen of Blades. Isha, defend the hive cluster and the chrysalis until I am done. Or dead.
As you command.
I blame someone else for this. I mean, technically it's my fault for not double checking my sound quality before I started doing this bullshit. Okay, so this is one mission where we basically just don't get Kerrigan to start. Well, not even to start. You don't get Kerrigan at all for the rest of the mission.
Swarm hosts. More from the lava at our hatchery.
The game is also trying to tell us to make more swarm hosts. Be very careful how well you follow that order. Because swarm hosts are not a good unit. I mentioned this earlier a few minutes ago. They're not a very good unit. I wasn't lying to you when I said that. These are not good units.
Of Brad's forces gather nearby. They are preparing to attack the hive cluster. Route our swarm host and crawlers by that entrance.
What makes them terrible units is they spawn little locust units. These locusts are kind of okay, I guess, in terms of the amount of damage that they can deal and what they're sort of capable of. But the big thing that locusts and swarm hosts in general honestly have a problem with is they actually require backup sources of damage to be able to really do damage. You notice that I routed the spine crawlers in front of the units. That's so the spine crawlers can take the brunt of the damage. These guys can't actually properly burrow, they partially burrow. So they're kind of partially always exposed, which is bad because it means that they can't ever truly submerge and avoid getting targeted and attacked. At least by default. There are ways to fix this, but it involves denying them abilities they might actually want to use. The other reason why you probably don't want to construct a lot of those things is because they're very, very, very gas expensive. These guys demand 100 gas, but they also demand 200 minerals. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually kind of is. And by themselves, they're not that useful. You will have to build other units to foil them, or they will have trouble. At all times.
Sense another primal Zerg gathering across the basin.
Hear me, broken Zerg. You have killed Brock, but his pack survives. I claim their territory and their essence.
What if I don't want you to have either of those things? What if I just don't like you?
The primal Zerg factions have engaged each other. We must remain focused on protecting the chrysalis.
Okay.
I have not forgotten you, broken pack. Your leader sleeps. She will not wake. My pack will feast upon your essence.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that, Jimbo.
Preparing to attack our hive cluster. Ready our defenses.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be readying defenses. Fix my population cap problem. Surprise, bitch! Let the locusts deal with that. Zerglings are an excellent foil for locusts because Zerglings are melee oriented and locusts use ranged attacks. Always keep that in mind. Yes, I'm building a host of drones and sending them over there.
Entity Isha have made important discovery. Primal essence gathering within pool. Can use. Spawn many locusts to defend hive cluster from primal attacks.
Another wave of primal Zerg is inbound. Spawn the locusts now.
Why the fuck would I ever do that? This is a case of the game forgetting that I built other units. Pull back. Nope, nope, leave my queen alone. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, that's what it looks like when you spawn the locusts and they don't attack anything.
Collects quickly. Use frequently.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Yadra has sent a force of primal flyers to attack the chrysalis.
Once that spire's done, then I'll actually start training new units. Get a couple of these going. Okay.
I sense a massive primal Zerg emerging. It seems to be wild.
Tyrannosaur. Savage. Extreme physical prowess. Essence useful. Must acquire.
That will not be easy. We will have to cross the battle between Brack and Yadra's packs. Both packs are moving against us. Prepare for a pincer attack.
Prepare for a pincer attack, she said.
We should morph units that can attack flying units. We can bird queens from the hatchery to destroy the enemy's flyers. defense.
Not supply blocked anymore. So, weirdly enough, you would think that this base over here would be grossly under threat. Apparently, you would be wrong. Because for some bizarre fucking reason, the enemy doesn't ever bother to target it. Get a swarm host. Continue to produce utilisks. If you can't tell by my actions, yes, you will get attacked here. Oh look, they actually decided to attack this place. Normally they hardly ever come over here. Go over here. Come back over here, little swarm host. Root on that spot. I have completed all my ground upgrades. This sucks because I don't have a really good mineral dump right now. Yeah, it's a little late for that.
These primal packs are constantly being reinforced. We should try to get around them.
There goes the Tyrannosaur.
Tyrannosaur sample acquired. We'll research primal essences further.
I've committed to mutas this much, I may as well just finish the job.
The chrysalis has opened. Our queen is beginning to awaken.
I'm just gonna show off what happens when you spawn the locust. The witness won because no guardians can get online. You know, I would believe that. I really would. Now, did y'all notice a certain problem there? Because I noticed it. This almost died, and it is because these guys aren't providing adequate troops. There's 6 fucking swarm hosts over there, and it's not enough. If you wondered why I said they have problematic utility, that's why. These guys are very problematic from a utilitarian perspective. As a siege unit and as a defensive unit, they are not that good. They have to get close enough for enemy units and detection to be able to spot them. They're not detected. They're not able to hide without the need for a detector, and they don't handle a lot of incoming fire very well, and neither do the minions they spawn. Damn. Okay, maybe Sundering Glaive isn't that bad after all. Shit. I should have built another spire if I wanted to optimize. I'm gonna enjoy watching this. If you're wondering why I don't ever build very many spore crawlers, that's why. Spore crawlers are really good. They're just really good. You don't need a lot of spore crawlers. Everyone's trying to get online at once on that game, and the devs are just not having it. Look at this. They've already wiped out this defense. Jesus Christ. And then I did this and everything died. Shit. I hope that defensive... Oh, jeez. I hope that defensive line holds better. Excuse me.
Defend the chrysalis. The sworn will prevail.
Two hours of maintenance on top of what you've already lost? Damn, man. That's some shit. Wow, this defensive line is actually holding incredibly well. It's just this one that went to shit. But I have Mutalisks, so it doesn't matter. I have all the Mutalisks, Mother of God. And here we go. Manx. Wow. Man, the server status for Destiny 2 is not sounding good right now. So, I'm just going to say this now. I hate Primal Kerrigan.
What is a primal Zerg doing on my Leviathan?
One who collects. I kill. I take essence. Now I come to you because I feel your change. All Xeris feels it. All Xeris fears it. And you.
But you don't fear me, do you, Dahaka?
You shine. You will bring more essence, and I will follow. When you do not, I will not.
Well, my forged alliance is on shakier ground than that. Very well, you can stay. Betray me and I'll collect your essence.
Yes.
Yeah, you would think that Bungie would be a little bit more prepared for what was inevitably going to happen on the, mass player re-entrance side of things. Destiny has always been a popular series to an extent, although I personally didn't like it very much because I felt like the story content was very lacking. So I was always shocked to see that despite its massive fanfare, the servers were always something that struggled. It's one of the reasons why I was kind of terrified that Arrowhead wasn't really going to be able to make the servers for Helldivers 2 any better. But so far they've been able to make good on that. So I'm not really complaining. So, why do I hate Primal Kerrigan's design? Look at her. It's basically the original Queen of Blades design. This is nothing fucking new. She might look a little bit more refined, armored, and a little bit better, but she's not actually anything terribly interesting or new. So, she's not actually... this is not what I would imagine a primal version of Kerrigan would look like. She would be hyper-evolving and adaptive in terms of her appearance as well as her massive psionic powers, but it looks like the only thing that got an upscale were her psionic powers. We'll also take a look at that here in a little bit.
Do you think the remaining pack leaders will join me now?
They walk a tree, a hill. They will stand against the wind. They seek power.
And you?
I am a river. I will flow. I seek essence.
Will the pack leaders have no chance against the swarm now?
They gather essence for thousands of years.
Good luck with the witness, Glory. I actually like Dahaka. I find him to be an interesting character. He's also voiced by Stephen Bloom, which is one of my favorite voice actors. Jesus Christ, that shriek.
I feel as if I can rip worlds apart. He never controlled me. I felt an influence. A trace of something dark but long gone. Amon must have died before I was infested.
For he truly could rip worlds apart.
You radiate so much power, more than the old Queen of Blades ever did.
Everything's different. I could always hear the swarm, control it. Now, I feel the swarm. Now I am the swarm.
Genetic strands different. Restructured from base level up. Stronger than Queen of Blades. Sequences complex but clean. Complete.
Welcome to the stream.
Must take sample. New sequences.
Don't even try, Kaldur. What I am now is beyond your comprehension.
Difficult to admit. New structure beyond understanding will return to work.
No, it's not, actually. It's just a fucking... The only thing that would be required is for him to understand genetics. Jesus Christ. And he understands that incredibly well. So, here are the 3 mutations for the Swarm Host. Don't expect to see this unit too much beyond its evolution mission. There's just not a lot of instances where it's useful, and there's hardly a lot of missions where you need to defend as the Zerg. Honestly, I don't like trying to defend as the Zerg. The Zerg are not very good at defense compared to the other 2 races. The Zerg especially are not good at defense. But this allows them to actually burrow so that they can avoid being attacked unless the enemy brings detectors. Rapid incubation. This lets them spawn locusts 20% faster so that they can actually reinforce the first wave before it dies, so that there's troops out there ready to fight before all of the first wave just kind of kicks the bucket. This is one of the more important upgrades if you want to be able to create a sustained defensive line. Next, you have pressurized glands. This allows locusts to attack air and ground units. This is useful if you need your locusts to be able to defend against ground units. However, or against air units. However, what you could do instead is just build a couple of spore crawlers and not have to worry about it. I'll be taking rapid incubation. We're going to do the final mission of Xeris now. It's basically what I call installation missions. You're not going to get to build any armies. It's purely about micromanaging Kerrigan. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Glory. That's why we do this. Passion for the game. The anti-cheat crashed your game. What? But you don't have any modifications or anything that could be construed as a cheat.
Can leap through air, strike foes, heavy damage.
So the new thing about Primal Kerrigan is she has the ability to perform a leaping strike and a psionic shift. Leaping Strike is basically a short-range leaping melee attack that also allows her to clear certain obstacles. You will not see me use that very often.
Can twist essence, mend wounds, heal nearby Zerg and self.
Make your peace. It is
So Primal Kerrigan, when it comes to her combat performance, is just a straight upgrade from regular Kerrigan. Her regeneration rate is improved, as you can see, by a significant margin. Her energy regeneration rate is doubled. The only downside to being Primal Kerrigan, if you can even call it that, is that her maximum energy is cut in half. However, the way she is able to regenerate her energy, if you just pay attention to her energy bar, lightning quick, more or less just basically fucking invalidates this entirely. As you can see, she very quickly gets her energy back. She also has gained the ability to mend, and instead of just having 2 abilities, she now has 3 activated abilities. I love you, Bungie. Gloria, I can tell you're not happy with that.
Is that fear, young? You do know you never had a chance, right?
And here's our first boss fight of the level, Yagdra.
It's laying eggs. Destroy them.
God damn it. There we go. For some reason, my targeting just wasn't working. For a second there. I could say the same to you, you freaking jerk. Sit there yelling at me to stay still. You're the one burrowing and unburrowing all over the damn place. And there goes boss fight number 1. No losses. Thank you.
Our conquest continues.
And then we gain access to another section of map. There's bonus objectives hidden in every section. Okay.
Quickly, destroy the eggs before they hatch. Focus on the largest ones first. Enforce my hand. We adapt. No time like the present. Make your peace.
Oh shit, that one's quickening. Oh, thank God. The smaller eggs spawn Zerglings, Roaches, and Hydralisks. The larger ones spawn Ultralisks. Always try to take out the big ones first. Like 30 seconds before Battle Eye crashes you? Why does it keep crashing you? I don't get it. It shouldn't be crashing you at all. Oh! Primal Kerrigan might just be a little OP. There's the 3rd Zelnaga relic. I do know where the 4th one is before anyone asks and before you might be worried. I'm trying to keep my Hydras in the back. Roaches heal better than Hydras and tank better than Hydras.
Speak. Boldly.
Yeah, see if that might have something to do with it. As you can see, Kerrigan regens so fast that there's not really a whole lot anybody can do about her. It's kind of funny and stupid all at the same time. There's Dahaka's right arm. Apparently he isn't very appetizing. It's still bleeding profusely. That's kind of disgusting. Not gonna lie.
Yes. Our conquest continues.
Zergling, here's Kraith.
I feel your strength. You will be worth killing. Worth the blood.
I don't like you either, Kraith. Don't worry about it.
Thousand cuts. Shred the flesh. Conquers all. Break cup for you.
Whenever he does that, it drops Zerglings. Do not let your units linger in that. It will kill them. Obviously, but it's basically a machine gun AoE. And he can't aim it for shit. There goes Kraith. Did closing Streamlabs help you? There we go. Alright. That's 2 Primal Pack leaders down. I almost murdered that Ultralisk. If you have lost a lot of your units, by the way, when that Ultralisk shows up as a reinforcement, you will have more reinforcements with it. A lot of the reinforcements that you get are very heavily tied to how many units you've actually lost, as opposed to how many you could actually get.
We are without limit. What is it this time?
This is where you go to get the last Zelnaga artifact, by the way.
Conquers all. Ravasaur fights with acid. Bring it down quickly. Death awaits. I am our conquest continues.
More corpses.
Adapt. No time
Damn.
like the present.
I hope you're able to figure it out, Glory, because that sounds pretty sketch. I don't feel like you should be hit by some kind of anti-cheat program when you're not cheating. But a lot of anti-cheat programs have been really, really bad lately because they don't actually deal with cheaters. They just go after people, it feels like, for some unholy reason.
Retribution.
Keeping Zerg in formation is a pain in the ass in this game.
Without limit.
That's a Zerusian Needler. I am not moving my troops over there because I remember
No time.
Sliven has a bunch of artillery over here. If you move your troops through there, they'll get attacked by these Ravasaurs and they'll die.
It is time. The swarm conquers all. Our conquest continues.
Nope, 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 nope. I didn't want him to get killed by that.
No time like the present. Yes.
Yeah, he took a lot of damage. He was repelling one of his own, though. Even when dealing with an Ultralisk, another Ultralisk is a good answer, but it's rarely a perfect answer.
Without limit.
I was just trying to keep my only Ultralisk alive. I don't want him to die. I don't want my Hydralisks to go out in front. They will get killed. If you're wondering, Primal Roaches, Primal Zerg units are nothing special. They don't have a special attribute in this game. I don't know why, but they don't.
Like the present.
It aggravates the hell out of me. By the way, I hope you enjoyed my units because I'm about to lose all of them.
The swarm conquers.
Damn. If they blow up on Kerrigan, that's fine. She'll heal. If they blow up on my units, that's a problem. They don't tolerate a lot of that damage very well. Psionic Shift is really good for keeping the numbers down. And Mend is usually good about keeping my units alive. There we go. 3 down. 1 to go.
Our conquest continues. Zerg.
Leaders are slain. Their paths join your swarm, and here you stand, complete. You are Zerg. Your essence overflows with power. I thirst. The first in millennia.
You're being bullied by bad servers. That's what you're being bullied by.
Will be consumed and become something greater than either. This is the heritage of the Zerg.
Speak. I am.
Yes, he can just vomit up more troops, by the way. There we go. All 4 primal pack leaders killed.
Thirst is mine. Isha, prepare the Leviathan. It's time the swarm returned to the cocoon sector.
My queen, your transformation has altered your abilities. If you wish, you can review the changes within your chamber. You have become strong and taken another world. I think you will conquer the universe.
I don't know about that. But the Zerg will never again be pawns of other races. Not even the Zerlava. We have changed. And now, other worlds await. Did you know the Ancient One would turn on me?
Your essence, it called him.
And he didn't try to warn me.
He was Zerg.
That's the nature of the primal Zerg.
The powerful essence of the primal path leader.
So we just got a shitload of Kerrigan levels out of this.
Many abilities. As new tiers of abilities continue to awaken, you will gain abilities in this third column as well.
So we've got +2 to armor, so we've got 2 armor, we've got 600 health, 100 energy, and 37 freaking base damage. So we are a monster right now. So we've got 3 abilities here. Psionic Shift, Chain Reaction, and Crushing Grip, Heroic Fortitude, Leaping Strike, and Kinetic Blast. I'm going to be keeping Kinetic Blast. I think I'm going to be keeping Chain Reaction as well. Improved Overlords, I don't know if I'm going to keep that over Automated Extractors. I'm considering just taking Automated Extractors and then forgetting about it. All 3 of these abilities are actually pretty fucking good. Wild Mutation is a really good ability because it can allow you to basically make a bunch of Zerg in a small AoE borderline invincible until such time as you are, like, until this runs out. It takes 10 seconds, or it lasts 10 seconds, but it has your attack speed gets doubled and the units that you use this on get 200 life. Imagine that on a Raptor Strain Zergling. Now think about how that gets upscaled with every other Zerg unit, and you have a rough idea of just how overpowered this can be. Spawn Banelings allows you to spawn 6 Banelings with a timed life that'll blow up on enemies and decimate them. This is very, very good for crowd control and just for doing good burst damage to hardened enemies. Mend allows you to rejuvenate the life of nearby biological units. It's very good for healing some of your allies and making them restore their strength. This is never a bad thing to not have. Next, you can get Twin Drones, Malignant Creep, or Vespene Efficiency. If you couple this with Automated Extractors, you effectively have the Vespene gas harvesting capacity that the Terrans did in StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. This increases the life regeneration and grants a 30% attack speed bonus of your structures and units when on creep. Creep tumors will also spread creep faster and farther. This is very useful if you are really good at maintaining your creep spread. So it's not very good for me because I am very bad at remembering to do that. Drones morph in groups of 2 at no additional cost and require less supply. This effectively makes drones require the same amount of supply as Zerglings and allows them to be built as fast as Zerglings. So if you want to super boost your economy and super boost how fast you increase it from your expansions, you take twin drones, which I usually do. I'm going to take Wild Mutation. I never normally use it, but I'm going to take it this time. Next, we have unlocked the ability to do the Hydralisk Evolution mission. We also have another conversation with Abathur.
Tell me about your work.
Look at flesh, see only potential strands, sequences, twisting, separating, joining. See how it could be better. Eat flesh, splinter bone. Inside me can touch it, weave it, spin it, make it great.
But not perfect.
Never perfect. Perfection goal that changes, never stops moving, can chase, cannot catch.
Hi, Pebbles.
You certainly have your uses.
Hydralisk strain ready for augmentation. Expeditionary brood discovered ancient Zerg essence in Dominion space.
Hi, Pebbles. Hi, Pebbles. Hi, Puppy. Sorry, my cat came up to see me, and she wants attention. She's a sweetie. She's an idiot, but she's a sweetie. Oh, for the love of God, Bungie, just let him play The Witness. Come on, let him stream it. He wants to stream it. What would be so bad about that? Alright, so now we're going to do Hydralisk Evolution mission. We're going to get to choose between the Impaler and the Lurker. Honestly, I don't like the lurker.
The Dominion's infestation specialist. We need to move fast.
Essence nearby. Overmind creation. Impaler colony. Slow attack. Incredible damage. Collect essence. Adapt hydralisks. Defeat Dominion.
Hello, Poppy. Yes, I know. I see you talking. I can tell you're talking. Basically, if you don't want to lose your hydralisks, because this thing will one-shot them, just keep moving. Move and shoot. Move and shoot. Move and shoot. Move and shoot. I was doing really good at doing that until I ended up, you know, fucking it up at the end. I just want to play. Move and shoot. 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 Oh, Jesus! I had a misclick problem. The power of micro. If you fuck this up and get your hydralisks killed, the game just gives you more, but it's a lot faster if you don't fuck this up.
Spinning impaler essence into hydralisks now able to morph into impalers. Impaler attacks while burrowed, damages single target, tears through armor.
Move to the hive.
Retreat. Dominion destroyed.
That missile turret can detect our impalers while burrowed. Take it out first.
Keep it together. Barricades destroyed. Only Prometheus Company base remains.
Ow. And that's the Impaler demonstration. These guys are like anti-armor, anti-ground rapists. They'd actually make great foils for the Swarm Host. If I use the Swarm Host.
Now feral.
Dagoth's brood is now feral. I'm surprised, though, to see a mention of Dagoth.
Interswarm conflict.
I can control them, but I can't morph more.
Key transformation sequence missing. Requires lurker den.
And that's going to be our objective. We need to go secure the Lurker Den.
Control.
Feral Zerg have sensed us.
So these guys are basically anti-cannon fodder. They're hyper anti-light units. The problem that I have with these over the Impaler is that the Impaler is great at taking out much more dangerous threats.
Destination reached. Broodmother Kilisa inbound to extract essence. Overlords en route.
We have not yet heard from Kilisa.
They're attacking from the south. Defend the lurker den.
I wanted to see if it would work from defending up there. Normally I don't. Get trashed. The roaches are the things that will live the longest. Because they actually have armor. Nope. There we go. And that's the lurker demonstration. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Whoever just joined.
To extract essence. Prepare sequences for Hydralisk morph. Returning to evolution pit. Hydralisk morph ready for integration. Await decision.
Okay, so we have the choice between the Impaler strain, which is very powerful anti-armor, single target, or a anti-light attack in a line wave attack unit. I'm going to end up taking the Impaler on this one just because I feel like the Impaler takes out units that you really want to deal with. And everything that a Lurker does, Zerglings can do. Only Zerglings don't need to burrow in order to do it. Okay.
There's no turning back now. Did you know?
Oh. I didn't think it would repeat that.
Travel to Char, formerly the Swarm's primary hive cluster in the Kapulu sector. Zerg and Terran factions vie for control of the planet. To reunite the Swarm, you will need to reconquer Char.
So that's going to be our next objective.
Will be the renegade broodmother Zagara. She will not surrender her brood to you without a fight.
That's going to be our next main objective, is conquering Char. Here we go.
How can Zagara stand against you? Surely she has no chance.
Zagara is different than the other broodmothers. Tougher, meaner.
You sound as if you admire her.
They knew something about the corner and decided to fight anyway. She won't make it easy.
She's not that smart either, though. That's actually Zagara's biggest failure, is that she's not very smart.
There are two worlds on this planet. But there is only one swarm. The rogue brood will be brought back into the fold. You will collect their essence. We'll assimilate them if we can, or kill them if we must. Take their essence, then you will do both. The Dominion sure made themselves at home while I was gone. Once I reclaimed my forces, General Warfield is getting evicted.
I will only be able to do one mission today. I only have enough time for that mission. I'm not even sure I have that time, but I'm going to try and do it anyway.
Before you can reclaim Char from the Terrans, you will need to bring her brood back into the fold.
This mission is not that difficult anyway. Char is actually supposed to be the planet you attack first, which I don't like, if only for the thematics of what it implies about General Warfield.
Zagara's brood is currently huddled in Char's acid marsh, where we stored millions of eggs for future use. From the location of her hive cluster, it appears Zagara intends to gather as many eggs as she can.
She's trying to build an army. How will she hatch the eggs?
She can place them in a birthing pond to quicken. I have located our hive cluster near one such pond.
Then I'll collect enough eggs to spawn an army and destroy the ball.
Good luck, Glory. Hopefully your luck improves, my good man. I know that game is kind of being a little cruel to you right now. So the goal of this level is very simple. Collect 100 eggs.
Make your peace.
There's a secondary base there if you need it. You don't. Oh,
We
oh.
adapt. Make your peace.
Pull back to the main base.
Zagara has drawn the attention of some feral banelings. They are attacking her.
They just
Zagara
murdered her.
returned back to her base to recover her strength. She will return.
Morph from Zerglings. Any Zergling can morph to Baneling.
Get a roach warren. Morph to a lair.
I can sense the unhatched eggs. Now I just have to get them before Zagara.
Get some evolution chambers.
We require more minerals. Speak. Our conquest continues.
So Kerrigan can sense where these unhatched eggs are.
I have returned, and now you shall pay.
There's also a host of infested Terrans in this area.
These eggs are different than the others.
This baneling nest is ready to hatch immediately.
I am in swarm.
Yes, it is.
Make your peace.
There we go. Collecting some more eggs.
There are more eggs nearby.
So banelings are useful for some seriously powerful burst damage if you need it.
I am the swarm.
But I tend to avoid it
Our conquest continues.
because it's a one and done, and I like to get as much value out of my resources as I can conceivably get.
Make your peace. The swarm has met the enemy.
We found several infested Terran structures nearby. They seem to be of interest to the feral Zerg.
I'll destroy them if I get a chance.
I don't intend to make any flying units.
Is approaching our hive cluster.
This will not stop me.
Did she have a run-in with Kerrigan? Yeah, she did, and Kerrigan killed her.
This time.
Let's get some queens.
We require more minerals. We require.
Let's get an infestation pit going.
It is time.
We destroyed one of the infested Terran structures. One more remains.
There we go.
Conquest continues. Make your peace.
Get rid of that.
It is time.
Let's go ahead and go get this other infested Terran structure. Oh! There's 6 more eggs here.
No time like
Isn't there a way over from, yes.
I've sent some more eggs. Here. You cannot stop me. We require more minerals.
There we go. That solves my population problem. I love how she sits there and she keeps saying so arrogantly, you can't stop me, you can't beat me. Why? Get rid of the other infested command center. And there's your next bonus objective.
Infested Terran structure.
This world is mine. Halfway there.
Ah! I'm being bushwhacked.
I am the swarm. No time like the present. We adapt.
Oh, no. No. Damn it, my queen. That is the sound of an Uno reverse card.
Your queen is under attack.
Okay, let's get these overlords out of the frickin' way because I can't see my larva. Alright.
We require more minerals.
Come on. Let's see you kill my queens now, wise ass. I'm sure I might regret that eventually. Not really. I'm completely convinced I won't regret that. No.
A huge swarm of Zerglings is approaching our hive cluster.
I don't care.
All available forces.
You mean that?
What is it this time?
That was hardly a problem. Don't think I needed quite that many, but I got it anyway.
Speak. We are without limit. I am eternal as long as the swarm survives.
No, I am.
Just a little more. What is it this time? Yes. Speak.
Almost done collecting eggs.
Make your peace.
Welcome to the stream, whoever joined here a couple of minutes ago.
I have enough eggs. Abather, infuse the birthing palm. Get those eggs to hatch for me.
Simple, catalytic solution, accelerated quickening. Army ready in a moment.
I will take back my brood.
All right.
Yes.
After that, you just A move and you win. Banelings go one way, Raptors go the other. You take the high road and I'll take the low road. My Zerglings are better than yours. Zagara's actually pretty nasty in a fight, all things considered. Yes, I do. It's a little bit funny, yes.
I told you to rebel against me.
Told all your brood mothers to be strong, to fight, to conquer. You said the Zerg lead by force of will,
Did you forget to include some brains, Zagara?
and I shall serve you.
I will let you live, Cigar. I want to rebuild the swarm when you are a part of that plan.
You are my queen.
So there's 6 total baneling nests out there. I didn't end up going after them just because they give you a few banelings and that's all they do. They're not really that important. Yes, Pebbles. Hello, baby. Oh my god.
Zagara is here to serve your will.
Good.
Tell me, Cigar, how would you drive the Terrans from this world?
I would obliterate their fortress on the Dauntless Plateau, but the only way to reach it is through the Bone Trench. Be warned, the Terrans flooded our tunnels with lava. We will be exposed on the surface until we reach the plateau.
That doesn't concern me. Warfield has no idea what he's up against.
But what of the Zelnaga artifact? Could the Terrans still possess it?
They might, but I know it's not here on Char. It's no threat to us.
How do you know it's not on Char? That's probably the biggest question that needs answering. How do you know that that isn't on Char?
Do you know why I became that?
You are stronger than I.
No,
Faster than.
no.
Do not toy with me, my queen. Tell me your secret.
Hello,
Tasks are in the evolution.
Hello, Pebbles.
He will tell me.
He will change you. Go.
Hello. Sorry, everybody. My cat's begging for attention.
Zerg here. What happened?
She's being a sweetheart.
First was sworn to search for the parts of the Zelnaga artifact. But when the Terrans came here with our same artifact, you recalled the nearest brutes to defend you.
I see. But what of the brutes that were still out in deep space?
They went feral. They attacked each other. They died by the millions.
That will not happen again. The swarm is growing again. Now for you, Warfield. Reclaiming this world will send a message to your emperor. I'm coming for him.
The Terrans, they cannot collect essence.
No,
They will fade.
they are more dangerous than you know.
I will taste their essence. Then I will know them.
Awfully sure of yourself on that one.
The essence of the primal pack leaders has awakened a new column and many abilities. As new tiers of abilities continue to awaken, you will gain abilities in this third column as well.
I don't really see a need to change what I've got here for the moment. Largely just because this next mission isn't going to demand that. I'm not going to be able to do that mission today. I am going to be able to go through the Baneling and Abathur's latest conversation, though.
Tell me about the changes you made to Zagara.
Brood Mother template already allowed complex problem solving, learning, ability to command broods, multiple focuses. Now added muscle density, to hypothesize multiple scenarios with cognitive flexibility.
Perhaps I should add this to all future brood mothers.
Extraneous brain matter deemed unnecessary for brood mother role in swarm. Extra matter requires extra energy. Also leads to increased independence. This contradicts imperative. Serve as danger to leader of swarm.
Times are changing. I want my minions as dangerous as possible.
So, corrosive acid increases basic attack damage to primary target by 100%. Splash damage remains the same. This basically allows them to be used to wipe out heavier threats. Or we could take Rupture, which gives them a much wider blast radius. Or Regenerative Acid, which heals allies while they deal damage to enemy structures when they go off. I don't feel like Regenerative Acid is a very good upgrade, if I'm being entirely honest. We have Queens. Kerrigan has Mend. You also have Wild Mutation. You have a Natural Regeneration. That kind of invalidates a lot of that. There we go. We'll take Rupture, because we want that blast radius. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I have been Savage Hound Dusk, and this has been StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. Have a nice day.